Good morning, guys. Excuse the tired eyes. I didn't get the fantastic sleep. I got a far better sleep than I thought I did. It really did cool down quite a bit last night, which was fantastic. I think I probably got to about 20. Well, it was 24 or so when I got to camp. So this is camp. This is just out of Cowan, just north of Cowan. This is called South Bend 2. You can swim here. There's no crocodiles. Apparently, the water is beautiful. It felt super cool last night. I got into camp. I hadn't seen anything on the trip, unfortunately. The herping trip was a bit of a bust. I saw a lot more dead stuff than I did live, which was really disappointing. But otherwise, yeah, rolled into camp about 9 and then went to bed at about 9:30. I was pretty tired yesterday because I woke up a bit early to get going on this trip. I'm looking at Wiki Camps when I find this stuff. So Wiki Camps is fantastic. Shows you all the good spots, whether they're free or you have to pay for them, stuff like that. And yeah, this one was free. I was going to try and find just a little area to pull off on the side of the road and sleep anyway. But this has turned out wicked. So yeah, absolutely beautiful. There's a few little areas, but it's just me here. I suppose being the wet season, not a lot of people are cruising around, which is wicked. Which I've looked out last night as I've got to Cowan and had reception. So I looked at the phone, 6 hours and 6 minutes back to where I live, or it is 6 hours and 54 minutes to the tip of Australia. It's actually, less kilometers. It's about 500 kilometers exactly to 500 and something kilometers back home, or it's 450 kilometers to the tip. So yeah, I'm more than halfway really, but closer to the tip than I am to where I live. So yeah, I'll have to come back and do it another time, or just not show up to work the next couple of days. So yeah. But yeah, that's where we're at this morning. I'm gonna get some breakfast, some coffee, all that kind of stuff to get me started for the day. Some lunches done, and then and then go for a little bit of an explore up this creek, see if I can see anything while it's still quiet and cool. So hopefully see some cool birds. There was what I believe is a tawny frogmouth calling last night, but I was just properly cooked. I was so tired that I just and it would have been really hard to go looking. I would have had to go through the water and everything as well. So sounded like it was over the other side. But there you go for a bit of an explore. Lower Keats is starting to cool. It should be good for a bit of morning birding before it gets too hot. And then we'll make the trek back during the middle of the day and see what we missed along the bitumen. Let's go. Obviously for one last little dip. It's not very deep, it's probably about up to just below my knees, but it's amazing to just lay here in the water, listening to the birds, watching the birds flit around, just sitting right here and just letting the world move around you. Incredible. And the water is so good, not cool at all. It's like that real neutral, just sort of slightly cool, so it's nice because it's starting to warm up, but it's not icy like you could stay in here for ages. You can hear the firebirds going off. I reckon they're helmeted firebirds up here. I'll wait here for a bit, just relax, and then start the journey back down south, unfortunately. But I had a few days off. It's been wicked. I'm so glad I did it. Absolutely fantastic. So if you ever do get the chance, definitely go do anything fun or outdoorsy if you're into that stuff around where you are. But otherwise, if you're ever up this way, this is an excellent little stop off if you are stopping around Cowan. If you're shooting through, maybe come for a quick dip on a really hot day, cool yourself down. But otherwise, it is a wicked free camp. so just left Cohen about 2 minutes ago. Travelling back, it's wicked to see it during the day now because it was pitch black last night. Was pretty disappointing on the herp trip last night. That's not even going to make a video. I recorded a bit of stuff, but otherwise it was, yeah, just cruising along, road cruising, not seeing anything. I saw a green tree snake which had been hit and was still wriggling around, which was really disappointing. So I needed to euthanize that one. It had guts coming out everywhere. It was really sad. There was a dead white-bellied seagull on the road as well, which was pretty fresh, which was really disappointing. Wouldn't have been hit at night, I don't think, but otherwise still not a great thing. And then the black-headed python I found. I drove for, I was out there for 2 hours. So on the dirt roads, just found a blackhead that had been hit a couple of nights ago, and then a fresh white belly and a fresh green tree snake. So really crappy night, unfortunately. There was something live. It was quite small, and I missed it, unfortunately. Like, I saw it go past, did a U-ey, I saw it going off the road, and as I jumped out the car and ran to go find it, it wasn't moving that quick, but I still lost it. I didn't see it, unfortunately. So real disappointing night for that one. Could have been great to see some stuff on the road, especially being out here in the Lower Cape York Peninsula. There would have been some awesome stuff around, but it just wasn't a night for it, unfortunately. Like, I'd seen a heap of Ricky Mack, if you follow him on YouTube or anything like that. He goes out and does a lot of reptile stuff, and he's gone up and done this road and seen some wicked stuff. But it comes down to the night, I guess, just how lucky you are, just random chance to an extent. And then also, the fact that you could be out here for hours. I was only out here for 2 hours. So I had a pretty small area, amount of time that I was out looking for stuff. So you could be out here for hours and see a little bit of stuff. You'd be out here for 20 minutes and see a bit. I don't know, but otherwise that's the way it went last night. So hopefully see some good stuff this morning. Bird, reptile, anything wise. I'm traveling on the bitumen roads today. So I did like the loop along the dirt roads. Now I'm going to shoot straight through with the bitumen. Might see some stuff, but it is a frequented road, so it's less likely that I'll be able to, probably see as much, I guess, but we'll see what happens. Look at this, guys, another yellow spotted monitor. Look at him, massive animals, beautiful. Oh, car coming, get off the road. All right, just move the car off the road because I literally parked in the middle of the lane. All right, yeah, it looks like yellow spot, judging by the tail, the big yellow blotches, but that's not something that you can always look at, because they look very, very similar to sandgoaners in some cases, but that head is 100% a yellow spot, big yellow blotches along the back. I didn't say in the last video, but yeah, this is what Varanus panoptus is. I think there's a few different subspecies of this guy depending on where you're going, so I'll find out what I'm looking at. All right, so easier than just writing and you guys reading off a screen. You've got Varanus panoptus rubidus, which is native to Western Australia. Varanus panoptus panoptus, which is native to Arnhem Land, the Kimberley Peninsula and the Cape York Peninsula, which is the one you're seeing in the video right now. And then Varanus panoptus horni, which is found in New Guinea. So either Varanus panoptus panoptus, I think there's one Ramsey eye, Or am I getting my things muddled up there? Something like that, but look at him. Absolute beautiful animal. So good. He was just cruising on the side of the road. So people have been flying up and down this road as well. So he's pretty lucky that he didn't get hit. I'll just try and get a bit of a closer look. But I reckon he's pretty ticked off that I'm following him or her. So, and that tail is curling up like it's ready to be used as a weapon. I don't reckon it'd run at me and have a go, but if I get too close, that tail's going to be used as a whip 100%. Look at that, getting ready to go. Neck flaring out as well. I'll just get a little bit of footage as he comes up onto the bank, and then I'll let it do its own thing. Look at that. Beautiful animal. Massive creatures, massive animals. So thick, you monitors. Oh, there you go. You can wander off over to that termite mound if you like. Sweet. Look at the colours. Hopefully the colours are coming through right. Those yellows are very vibrant. There you go. You go do your own thing. Beautiful. Wicked. What a find. All right, back to the car and on with the journey. Cool. So this is actually turning out a far more eventful drive than I thought it was going to be. So not seeing a whole heap at the moment, but I thought it was bitumised all the way up. Now there's been little sections of bitumisation which I haven't found a reason for yet. Like, I don't understand why it's like a bit of bitumen, bit of dirt. Like, I'm not going through towns or anything like that, or little areas where you would assume it would be bitumised. It would just be dirt for a while, and a couple of k's of bitumen, and then back to dirt. So, weird, but I don't mind. I much prefer these dirt roads. There's, well, I assume, it's more to see just to start off with 100%. It's far more like nicer to look at. Little creek crossings, 15-mile creek. The dirt roads with the vegetation, seeing the kites cruise around. It's always similar stuff to what I would see on a bitumised road, but it just feels a whole lot more authentic and fun when you're cruising along dirt roads. You got the dust clouds behind you. You're having to look out for little potholes and dust bowls and sandy bits. It's good. I've seen a few different animals. I saw I think it was a great bowerbird. I've seen, what else? Yellow spotted monitor, which you guys just saw before, which is sweet. And I'm sure I'd see that kind of stuff on the bitumen roads. It just feels a whole lot cooler to be out on the dirt roads cruising around. Not a cloud in the sky. It's a beautiful blue day. The road is pretty red. Not as red as it has been, but just that trend, like the contrast between the red, the blue, seeing the vegetation, it's just beautiful. I thought I'd be really going from Cohen, shooting home along the bitumen and not seeing too much, but it is really cool to be driving along these dirt roads. It's far better, I reckon. So I'll enjoy it before I hit the proper bitumen. But I assumed it was a lot more bitumen than it actually is. I've only just pulled up at this dead kangaroo on the road, wallaby, because there was a heap of kites. And I wanted to try and, I'm going to pull it off the road. There's a heap of kites and a raven cruising around. And then out of this dry creek bed is a white-bellied seagull's just come up into the tree there. So I'll try and get some phone footage. You're probably not seeing too much other than a little speck at the moment. I don't want it to fly off and get scared or anything. But yeah, I saw one white-bellied seagull out on the floodplains, which is obvious in those sort of areas. Unfortunately, a dead one on the road to Cohen. And then another white-bellied seagull here. So there must be lagoons and dams out elsewhere. Hopefully you didn't see that dead wallaby. Sorry about that if you didn't want to see that. Well, I'll drag it off the road. I'm going to try and set it up so I get some kite action down on the meat. But we'll see how we go. Might have to wait a while and it mightn't be worth it. But yeah, there you go. A few more seagulls than I thought out here. I can hear some red tails as well calling. Pretty good spot. There's wildlife, there's birds everywhere. There you go. too crazy, but still fun. So yeah, they've made a little laneway, I suppose, because most people can't do that. Big trucks and stuff, you don't go around all the time. So they've made this lame new bridge, but you still got the chance to do the old little creek crossing. So why not? And why not go do it again? Right, we'll go back and do it again, and then we'll head back onto the main road. I'm already a little, an hour or so behind now. I spent way too long trying to get some footage of whistling kites eating a roadkill wallaby. They managed to go down there after about 20 minutes. They were down there feeding on it, and I was like, sweet. And the GoPro had overheated and stopped recording. So I got a Teresian crow eating a little bit, which is all right, I guess. But there was 3 whistling kites, and you could see them sort of like jumping around, fighting over it. And my GoPro was right up in its face, or right up in the action, not the face of the dead animal. But otherwise, bugger. I tried again, waited another 20 minutes, but they didn't come down. So yeah, it was yeah, a bit disappointing, but there you go. So a little bit of footage of a crow up here on a wallaby, but otherwise it could have been a lot better, but it's just too warm. It's 36 degrees. GoPro out in the sun just carked it. It was not having a good time, so I just stopped recording and turned itself off. Alrighty, so just stopping off at the Lower River. So just north of the, or south of the township actually. Oh, whistling kite calling off there. But what I did see just before, and it alighted over in the tree line, so I'll try and get some footage, was a collared sparrowhawk or a brown goshawk. They're pretty hard to tell. Everyone's going off. They're pretty hard to tell based on the size. I know if I should keep an eye on this river. I feel like, I'm not sure if there are crocodiles here or not. Oh. Anyway, I try and find this goshawk or sparrowhawk. So basically brown goshawks and sparrowhawks, with the photos up at the moment, they look almost identical color wise. There is some size differences, although when you get a big female sparrowhawk and a small male goshawk, it can be pretty difficult. So some of the things to look out for, main thing I look out for is the legs. So the legs on your goshawks are way thicker, they're a bit more spindly on your sparrowhawks. And then there's other stuff like, there's some things to look out for. People say like, well, one stares and one glares. So I think it's the sparrowhawk's got more of like a stunned look. Oh, it's just gone a bit further towards the bridge. There's 2 of them. Hopefully I'll get a good look. And yeah, the goshawk has a lot more of an angry glare or something like that. So we'll see how we go. Try and get some photos, and there's something to do with the tails as well. One's notched and one's squared off or something like that. Damn, so a bit disappointing. Seems like they've both taken off different places, which is a bit of a bugger, because there was a pair. Yeah, I've gone either way. They both come to like this tree here, and then one went further out that way, one went back that way. I've checked out both areas and I can't really see anything. They're pretty good at hiding as well. Pretty good at hiding away. And yeah, and so I've not been able to track them down, unfortunately. So I go back across, back to the car, might see them come back, but it's pretty warm, so it's highly likely that they were just roosting, and I spooked them when I got out of the car, and then they're just going to try and find a hidey, like a roost to hide in, to yeah, beat the heat and not fly around too much. They really don't want to be out in the open anyway, even if it was a nice day, because the other little birds would just go off at them, give them a real hard time. So so currently going 10 k's just down this hill. Absolutely beautiful view, which you guys can have a look at. Hopefully it's showing up how beautiful it is. So coming down from 650 meters down onto the plateau, down from the plateau. Absolutely beautiful, just plains in between these mountains here. I was stuck behind old mate, that's why I'm going 10 k's an hour. But yeah, since my last video, which was the last little bit, Lower River. Yeah, Laura was a little while ago and I've not seen anything since. So I thought, yeah, while I'm going 10 k's down, I doubt I'm going to see anything. I don't usually see anything yeah, along this part of the road. I left Laura, it was 40, what are they called, degrees. Now it's 36 degrees. So it is, yeah, slightly cooler, but it's still bloody warm. Now, I doubt I'm going to see much else. I'm going to finish the video up here as I'm cruising down, probably about 20 minutes from Mount Carbine, coming down this hill, and then yeah, probably about an hour from home. Yeah, so thank you very much for watching, guys. I really appreciate you guys oh yeah, sticking around if you've made it this far. As I've said before, many times before, I hate to repeat myself over and over and over, but I really do appreciate the viewers, you guys yeah, sticking around, watching the videos and all that kind of stuff. So thanks heaps. Enjoy your week, the start of your week, the end of your week. Do what you love, all that kind of good stuff. I'm starting to feel it now. What is it? 3:22 in the afternoon. So it's probably about another, yeah, we get home about 4:30, 5 o'clock, between that area. So yeah, it's been a long couple of days. It's been a wicked couple of days. Yesterday especially was a mammoth day and it was beautiful, bloody beautiful. Today was, yeah, really good as well. It wasn't as fantastic because I was, yeah, more so not doing all of the exploring I was. It was more like a trip back, but I still saw a heap of cool stuff. White-bellied seagull, whistling kites, a yellow-spotted monitor and a sandy, so it was not a bad day at all. And just a, yeah, a wicked time just to drive through and see all the scenery, really. Even if I didn't see any wildlife, it's still not a loss. It is it was a beautiful part of Queensland and part of Australia to be driving through. So yeah, thanks heaps, appreciate it all. Enjoy yeah, what you got going on. Yeah, try and get out there and do what I've done. It was a whirlwind. I'm pretty buggered, I'm pretty sweaty, but otherwise I had an absolute wicked time. So try and do the same thing. Get out there if you can. Try and find time for yourself, even if it's just going out and refreshing yourself at a local park, or if, yeah, what you like. If you like nature, get out to a local national park. Yeah, put headphones in or listen to the sounds of the wild. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy yourself as much as you can. So a little bit of yeah, montage drive back. If I see anything cool, you'll see it, but otherwise it'll be some nice calming music to finish us off, some beautiful scenery as we're driving back, and that's about it for this video. Cheers guys, thanks heaps.